Welcome to One Nosh. Once again, I'm on the road for another edition of One Nosh One Tank Travel. Today, I'm traveling in the Buckeye Jeep with our director, John Idemiller, and videographer, we'll say cinematographer too, we'll say that too, Anthony Churros in the back. This is a team that you don't get to see for every One Nosh. We're going to Ann Arbor today to meet up with BCSN Sports Nightly anchor and reporter, Dannie Rogers. Dannie is an alum of the University of Michigan, so when One Tank Travel came up, I'm like, what better place to go than the U of M? Dannie can show us around her old college town, visit some of her favorite hunts from back in the day, and maybe get a cup of coffee too. I think I'm ready for that. Ready, John? I know John's always ready for a cup of coffee. Let's go. For my morning cup of joe, I met Dannie on East Stadium Boulevard at Black Diesel Coffee. This is one of your favorite places when you were here?
It is, and there's a million coffee places. This is one of the top ones.
Why do you think it is that so many coffee shops like to incorporate the word black into their title?
I think it gives it a rustic feeling.
Yes.
Because that's what coffee is. It's rustic, right?
And then you combine the diesel, like fuel.
But I will mention that some coffee shops in Ann Arbor are the exact opposite. Like very airy, very like clean and modern. You get no
Artsy.
Rustic vibes. Yes.
And that's not
well, that's
bad
Ann
either.
Arbor. That's Ann Arbor though too. I even consider this artsy. Rustic artsy.
When did you start drinking coffee?
When I was 16 years old, could stop and get coffee before high school, and then like that, I treated that like college, like studying for 8 hours a day in high school. That was my mentality.
I think there's something about a conversation when you have a coffee and something in your hand.
I like that, and I
know?
like having a coffee and doing work. I associate coffee and being productive. Yeah.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
Important. I'm doing stuff.
I have a whole cup of coffee. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Now it's like in the morning. I'm like 3 cups in.
Exactly. I try not.
Wired.
Do you have a certain time where you stop drinking coffee?
No. Because it doesn't really affect me too much. Usually at the office, I'll get like a 2 o'clock coffee in the afternoon.
Okay.
But I'll be editing stuff at home, and I'll drink it at night, and it doesn't bother me much.
Oh my, you still go to bed at a normal time? Wow.
Yeah. Did you work game days in college?
Yes.
For this university?
I got a phone call from Coach Harbaugh's assistant. So Coach Harbaugh came in,
Coach Jim Harbaugh,
Coach
correct?
Jim Harbaugh.
Okay. We're name dropping now.
Yes, we're name dropping. Yes, Coach Jim Harbaugh. His assistant called me. He's like, I've seen everything you've done with men's lacrosse. I was a student manager for them, picking up lacrosse balls during practice.
Yeah.
And then I was working for the Big Ten Network Student U. He's like, come help us. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but yeah, sure, totally. I'll go work for Jim Harbaugh. So that's how it started. Sophomore, junior year. I was only here for a semester senior year. Kind of took a step back and kind of enjoyed my senior semester. But yeah, game days were khakis, polos, every day at the bakehouse.
So part of working for Jim Harbaugh is you had to dress like him.
Exactly. We were all
Very
like his
strict.
little minions. I don't think he picked out our dress code, and I fought the dress code hard. I'm like, can we incorporate some more
It's like
flattering
your Halloween
pants?
costume. Jim
Exact-
Harbaugh.
The Michigan football, Jim Harbaugh football costume. Yes, it's a Halloween costume. Yes.
A native of Michigan and an athlete since her youth, injuries eventually led Dannie off the playing field and into the world of sports broadcasting.
Even after rehab, I did go and visit a couple of D2 schools, but just being sidelined, I'm like, I'm kind of okay on the sidelines.
Sure.
It's okay. It's not that bad of a place to be.
The sidelines is where she met the likes of Aaron Andrews, Tom Brady, and even his Aaroness, Michael Jordan.
He didn't know he was in the shot, but then you look at it, and Michael Jordan completely photobombed me. He is smiling right at the camera.
Oh yeah, he is. Shortly after graduating, Dannie crossed state lines and joined the BCSN team, where she continued to cover the Wolverines, rival Ohio State, the University of Toledo, and BGSU.
I'm really excited for this upcoming season because I'll get to cover Bowling Green, cover Scott Leffler, who's a Michigan alum, so we've bonded many times already over that.
And Game Day Nation as well, obviously, I mean, every Friday from basically August through the end of basketball season in March. It's nonstop.
It was a little more calmer for me on Friday nights because I wasn't in the studio. I was doing packages on the sidelines, shooting games, so it was a lot of work, but it was kind of calmer. Deadlines were very tight, but I enjoyed that.
There's an intensity about getting a story in on time, a game story. But yeah, being out in the field, the mobile editing, it's not ideal, but it's fun.
Oh,
it's
you have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like to be good at this career, you have to do something like that. You have to be pushed. You have to have a deadline.
Yeah.
You have to be editing in your car until like 11:30 at night. I breathed football Thursday, Friday, Saturday every week last year because you had City League on Thursday, high school on Friday, Michigan football on Saturday. It was insane.
Speaking of football, you want to go down to the big house? Can you get us on the field?
We can try.
We can try?
We can try.
All right, let's do that. We're going to try and go down to the big house and chat a little more. Here it is. The big house, Michigan
There
Stadium,
she
as promised.
is.
And we can walk right in, right? Check it out.
Yeah.
Just pull harder?
Yeah, just
No?
pull harder.
We got it?
Jimmy
All right.
must not be there.
Jim's not around right now. Danny's best friend, Jim Harbaugh, so
Yeah.
we can't get in. Do you want to go get lunch and maybe look around the rest of Ann Arbor? You're going to show me around?
I'll try to.
Okay, you'll do
big.
your best.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
a
not big.
little
It's
college
considered
town.
a small city.
It is.
Fun fact.
But that is a fun fact. But it's a great, interesting city, a lot of art and a lot of good food.
Lots of it.
So we're going to explore some of that.
Yep.
Let's go. After a morning cup of coffee, we're grabbing a bite to eat at one of Danny's favorite eateries in the city, Frita Batidos. This hotspot for Cuban-inspired food offers a rustic setting with a helpful and energetic staff. And oh yeah, delicious, delicious food.
Hi, my name is PJ. I'm the general manager here at Frito Batidos. Frito Batidos is basically a Cuban-style restaurant, fast casual hybrid with all the details of a fine dining restaurant. We like to use local ingredients whenever possible, make everything fresh multiple times a day. Traditionally, a Frita is a chorizo on a brioche bun with a handful of shoestring fries and sweet chili mayo. We have chicken Frita, a black bean Frita, a fish Frita, and a beef Frita. All of them are not traditional in Cuban cuisine, but these are all our spin-offs of Chef Yves' cuisine. To make any Frito Loco, we start off with the protein. We toast the brioche bun, then we add the sweet chili mayo, and then we melt Munster cheese over the top, add cilantro lime salsa, avocado spread, tropical slaw, and a sunny side up egg to finish it, with a handful of shoestring fries. We make our Batidos with Guernsey ice cream, crushed ice, wildflower honey, and a little bit of fresh fruit.
Yeah, I'm Timmy. Danny went with a chorizo Frita, hold the bun,
Yum.
while I opted for a beef Frita, topped off with avocado and egg. And we indulged in a side of shoestring fries. So one of the things I like about Ann Arbor, and you can probably attest to this, is you get kind of the culture of a big city. I mean, where are you going to find Cuban street food like this?
It's gonna get messy.
It's going to get messy,
Yep.
and I think that's good. I went with that Munster and that avocado spread.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
good.
regretting it.
So good.
This is fantastic. Okay, one of the things I notice about you is you're very active on social media, but like in a good way. You
Yeah.
like to, do you consider yourself like a booming fashion icon, cultural icon?
No, but ladies have been like, I will pay you to pick out my clothes.
Really?
Like, I really should start a business with that. Yeah, no, I don't consider myself an influencer in that way.
Outside of sports, do you consider that maybe like your second biggest passion?
Yes, in another life, I would be producing social content for Macy's headquarters in New York City. So yes, fashion is definitely on there.
Have you ever been to New York?
Yeah, love New York. My best friend lives there now, so love New York, but I'm a bigger fan of LA.
Do you consider yourself or do you like taking up the role, I guess, of being a role model to younger women, people trying to get into a field that was once dominated so much by men?
Gosh, it still is dominated, but never in a million years did I think I would impact young females. But then I just kind of like started going into that role, like not on purpose. But then so many people started reaching out to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually do have an impact on people. I influence them a little bit, and they ask for a lot of advice and a lot of guidance.
Frita Batidos offers a fun atmosphere geared toward conversation, and it's not uncommon for employees to surprise you with free food, like the best snack ever.
All right, so it was the best snack ever, and literally, it is the best snack ever. It's layers of coconut ginger rice, slow-cooked black beans, mustard cheese, and cilantro lime salsa.
And churros are always a must.
Yeah, they're not the traditional churros. Like normally, the traditional ones are kind of like skinny, but as you can see, they're like huge. They're scented with orange zest, and it comes with chocolate español sauce that we make here in house.
So I went with the heavy burger because I wanted to,
Taste it.
a lunch
Yeah.
that was just, great, but that was it.
And I want to keep eating this, but I also want to keep eating all
We
of
want to eat a
those.
churro too, so we got some work to do. I think we had other plans today, but we might just end up staying here because this is really good.
Yep, amazing.
To work off the tremendous amounts of food we indulged, Danny and I took a stroll around the neighborhood, visiting a few shops along the way. This looks like, did you ever see The Sandlot?
Yes,
The kid? LBD, right?
that's not my style.
But am I correct?
You are right. You're right. Here's a bunch more.
And we made our way through the U of M campus. When you were
Yeah.
here, you were in broadcast. What other types of classes did you take? What
I took
was your
no
minor?
broadcasting, but I studied sports business. I studied to where I can go manage a sports venue or go into the front office of a sports team. So not very many, I don't know anyone in my classes who went on to be on camera in sports. So it was a different route.
On the drive home, we stopped off for a couple of drinks at Frasier's Pub, a game day tradition for Wolverine fans.
This would be a great place to watch a game.
And this apparently draws a pretty good crowd on game days, so
apparently.
we want to make a stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Neon M, so we're like, this is legit. We'll finish up. Cheers.
Cheers.